Hello and welcome to MahendraGuru.com, the Brahmas for Success. Before starting the video, you all should focus on subscribing our channel, that is Mahendra Guru on the YouTube.com. By subscribing the channel, we would provide you all the latest updates in terms of videos, contents and subjects of different dimensions like English, GA, Reasoning, Maths or GS. So subscribe us as soon as possible. Welcome to the Current Affairs Express running daily on MahendraGuru.com. Without further ado, let's see the first headline. State Bank of India has inked agreements with the World Bank for $625 million around 4,200 crore facility to support grid-connected rooftop solar program in the country. Now, this particular program would provide the added impetus to the 4 gigawatt supply needed by the government this very year. Though this is a 400 megawatt project, but this could add the stimulus to the target of the government in terms of the solar projects in the near future. Well, the question: how many dollar agreement is signed between India and World Bank to support grid connected rooftop solar program in the country? Options are $265 million, $625 million, $652 million, or $256 million. Now, in the questions, in the option, you can see that we've carefully changed the numbers. For example, the answer is of course $625 million, but the other options we have just changed the place of that particular number. For example, the 625 becomes 265 in option 1, it becomes 652 in option 2, and it becomes 256 in option 4. So you have to be pretty clear about the exact answer, and the exact answer is $625 million. That is the agreement between India and the World Bank. Let's see the other headline. Oscar-winning Deer Hunter director Michael Cimino died at 77. Now, Cimino was also known for the movie Deer Hunter, but he was also known for other movies like Heaven's Gate, like Fury, and so on and so forth. Robert De Niro, who is a legendary actor of Hollywood, was instrumental in his accession, in this director's accession to glory. For example, in the Deer Hunter movie, it won 5 Oscar awards. And it won for the best actor, for the best picture, and also for the best supporting actor. But after the movie, that is Heaven's Gate, the demise of the career of Mr. Michael Cimino took place, and he carved out various flops in the coming generations. But he was always known for this particular 5-time Oscar-winning movie, that is Deer Hunter. Now, in the options, Michael Jordan is a basketball legend. Donald Terry is pretty similar to Donald Trump, who is the candidate for the presidency of US. Michael Cimino is the answer. Steven Spielberg, again, is a director, but he is a director and is still living. And he has made legendary movies like the Jurassic Park. But if you need to have an answer, the answer is Michael Cimino, who died recently and was the director of the movie Deer Hunter. Now, let's see the other headline. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to launch Swayam, a massive open online courses platform on 15th of August. Well, the question that could come: name the massive open online courses platform to be launched in India. Options are Yum, Swan, Swayam, Sayam and Drishyam. Well, the answer is Swayam. Now, Swayam is a brainchild of the Human Development Ministry's project, whereby around 2,000 courses will be provided to 3 crore people. Now, this is under the MOOC platform of the government, that is the Massive Open Online Courses Platform that provide free digital education to 2 crore students at minimum. And this particular yojana would be announced by the Prime Minister on 15th of August, that is the Independence Day of India. The other options, Drishyam, where it's pretty similar to a movie, so it's a misnomer. Yum, it's again a misnomer. So the answer, the practical answer, the logical answer is option 2, option 3, the option 2 that is Swayam. Let's see the other headline. India's first insurance policy covering public liability to an atomic power plant operator has been issued to Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. Well, in this particular headline, first let's see the question, then let's discuss the headline. The question is pretty similar. Which nuclear power plant has been issued India's first insurance policy? And the answer is option 1. Now, let me just tell you why the answer is option, because the Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited was basically instrumental in going for an insurance program for all its power plants. Now, it would pay a premium of 100 crore, remember 100 crore, for the 15 crore insurance of each of its atomic plants. So if you see in the headline, they are covering the public liability by giving a premium of 100 crore for getting 1500 crore as insurance, and this is the first of its kind insurance policy. So this is a very important question in terms of the SBI PO mains. So mark this particular question, and the answer is option 1, that is Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. Now till this point of time, what we've done today is that we are trying to tell you how to crack a particular question. So you have to first see the options and then make a sense of the question. So now, from now in the coming headline, you have to go through the question in a practical manner. Do not guess, and we hope that you will not guess in the other headline and the other question. So the other headline: Nobel laureate and Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel has died. His death was announced by Israel's Yad Vashem Holocaust Memorial. No other details were immediately available. Wiesel was 87. Now here we have two keywords that the questions could come. Number 1, Holocaust, and then the obituary part, that is the death of Elie Wiesel. Now Elie Wiesel was a very famous author as well. Apart from Anne Frank's diary on how she went about and how she died, what was the journey in terms of the Holocaust period by the Nazis. This is another similar novel that tells about the apathy, the pains that Mr. Elie Wiesel went through when he was under the Holocaust. So the question here is of two parts. Number 1, a very simple question: name the Nobel laureate and Holocaust survivor who died recently. Options are Kim Dae-jung, Kofi Annan, Jimmy Carter, Elie Wiesel, and Shirin Ebadi. Now, apart from Elie Wiesel, all the other 4 options are not concerned with the Holocaust or the period of the Nazis. So the answer is Elie Wiesel. Now here, Elie Wiesel is also an author, so the question could be from his books as well. Now the most famous book of Elie Wiesel and one of the bestsellers of the world is Night. So mark in your notebook that Night book was written by Elie Wiesel, and that could be a question in the SBI PO mains or the coming banking examinations. Let's see the other headline. JP Morgan Chase and Company is opening 3 branches in India, expanding in the world's second most populous nation even as global competitors pull back. The Reserve Bank of India granted approval to open the outlets in New Delhi and in similar towns located near Bangalore and Chennai. Now JP Morgan Chase is the biggest bank in the US, and it is an aberration because HSBC and Standard Chartered, they are trying to ramp up their physical banking or brick and mortar banking operations in India and going the digital way. But JP Morgan Chase is opening its 3 offline branches in 3 cities: Delhi, Bangalore, and Chennai. So the question: recently, RBI granted approval to JP Morgan Chase and Company for opening 3 branches in India, namely, well, options are New Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, all of the above, and none of these. Well, in the headline, you can see here that we've made these 3 branches in bold the cities: New Delhi, number 1, number 2, Bangalore, and number 3, that is Chennai. And all these 3 options are in 1, 2, and 3. So the answer is option 4, that is all of the above. Here again, a simple suggestion that when you see a question in which the answer is in the first point, do not hesitate, do not try to take that particular answer per se, because you have to go through the other options as well, because other options could be correct as well, because all of the above and none of the above are very difficult to decipher. So you have to go through each and every option, then decide that which is the best answer or which is the exact answer. So here the answer is option 4. State-owned mining behemoth NMDC Limited said it will buy back over 80.08 crore shares worth rupees 7,507.76 crore, most of which will go to the government. Well, here we have 2 possible keywords that could be in questions. Number 1, NMDC, the full form of NMDC that we'll discuss in the later part, and second, what is a buyback? Now the intention of a buyback is to provide more surplus cash to the equity shareholder. What they do is that they buy back the shares already sold or already present in the market. They buy that particular share back and provide that particular surplus to its equity shareholders. Now in this particular part, the government of India is the majority equity shareholder. Around 80% of the shares of NMDC are with the government. So the government would get the major chunk of the 7,507.76 crore rupees, thereby enhancing its disinvestment target. So the reason is because of the disinvestment, because of the huge amounts of money came to the government. And number 2, the question, number 1, NMDC, the full form, and number 2, what is a buyback? And the question that could come: State-owned mining behemoth NMDC Limited will buy back over 80.08 crore shares. Expat NMDC options are 5 and they are pretty similar. You have to be exact. So the exact answer is option 5, that is National Mineral Development Corporation. Now, with this, we come to an end to our discussion on the top headlines of the day. We hope these headlines can fall into different sections, whether awards, whether obituaries. So it's up to you to gauge that which particular headline is concerning which, because if you would go through those headlines, there could be questions relating to them as well. With this intention that you now try to perhaps decipher the headlines in a better manner, decipher the question that could come in a better manner. Your success is our success. Thank you.